A mind-boggling story tonight about one of D.C.'s most notorious drug kingpins. Reaction this evening to news that a violent man sentenced to life in prison could now get paroled.
For him to get such a reduction, I don't think it's going to sit well with community.
Could be getting a reduced sentence.
Rayful Edmond was at the heart of the crack epidemic that plagued the city. He was one of the biggest and most violent drug dealers our region has ever seen. And his enforcers were connected to up to 30 murders. But prosecutors are now saying he deserves a break.
News 4's Jackie Benson joins us tonight in the studio. Jackie, you covered this story back in the 80s.
Jim, I have a long history with this story. To hear it coming up again is amazing. I was a news producer just out of graduate school. I watched firsthand the violent rise of the Rayful Edmond organization. That included the rise of crack cocaine on the streets of the district.
It tore the city up.
Retired D.C. homicide detective Mitch Credle is working on a documentary called 12 Years in Hell, dealing with D.C.'s violence and murder in the late 80s and early 90s. He was a uniformed officer during Rayful Edmond III's violent rise to power as D.C.'s drug kingpin.
And when the guys here in D.C. learned how to cook and make crack cocaine, everything just exploded.
After the 1989 arrest that broke up his organization, prosecutors allege that Edmond, working directly with South American drug cartels, had been flooding the district with 2,000 pounds of cocaine a month, making about $10 million a month, maybe more. The organization was tied to more than 30 murders. The violence continued and grew worse. The battle for Edmond's former turf earned D.C. the title of murder capital of the United States.
Everyone wants to claim that throne, and everyone wants to make the money that's not being made through his organization. And the violence kept picking up. It was almost like a non-stop thing. And as homicide detectives.
Now, incredibly, Edmond's drug selling continued even as he served 2 life sentences at a prison in Pennsylvania. When caught, he agreed to become an informant and was placed back in the prison system under witness protection, we're told. That is behind this, and it is too many, shocking recommendation from the U.S. Attorney's Office for a sentence reduction.
Because he helped solve a lot of cases after that.
My understanding from reading this is he brought in over 100 drug dealers, people he had dealt with at one time. He provided information on also some murders.
Let's talk about people's reactions. So much time has passed. What are they saying to those who are still with us?
So much time has passed. This city has changed so much. The police chief, Maurice Turner, who was, put Edmond away, he's no longer with us. The mayor, who was mayor at the time, Marion Barry, his own history with crack cocaine, he is also gone. Mitch Credle, who we talked to tonight, the homicide detective, a big believer in rehabilitation. He has many guys he's sent away for murder that he now knows and is helping find jobs, but he says he does not see that rehabilitation here. So he questions this personally.
Quite a flashback.
And I didn't even live here at the time, but I can tell you, as someone who didn't live in the district or in this region, we knew about that man and that name across the country. And just hearing that name brings back all these memories. Horrible memories.
Jackie, thanks so much. Great to see you.
Thanks, Jackie.